Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Oh, this is a nice little French ditty, isn't it? Following on from our arrival here in Lyon the other night, I thought, well, we might as well depart out of Lyon as well. Gorgeous scenery, and as always, we're at the remote stand here in Lyon. Where are we? Stand Juliet 35. Heading south today as we fly to Ibiza. It's been a while since we've been there. Flight time is around 1 hour 25 minutes in total, so come get yourselves sat down and enjoy this real ops flight. This is another real ops flight, and it is also a real world flight as well, so even better. Let's see. So welcome on board to Jess Davis. Yeah, there was a jaunty little number came on, perhaps with a bit more energy than the one playing currently, but I kind of like this. Well, we're going to have to do this more often. Have music akin to the location of the globe that we're actually in. So good afternoon, Jess David Armitage as well. Dan Skelton, you were on time for once, fantastic. Dark Fury, good afternoon. Danny, Wally Huss, good morning to you, Wally, of course. Mark said he missed the stream the other night. This new scenery, it looks pretty good. It is really, really good. So quite impressed, and obviously thought only fair to depart out of it as well, so we can see it in the daytime. J Hog, hello. Peter Scarab, good afternoon to you as well. Are you working today, Peter, or have you got the day off, or even the break room? MC Speed Eagle on Twitch says housewife was alone at home when she noticed a burglar in the living room. She begged him to please take the harmonica in the bedroom. I think you mean the accordion if referring to the music, but we know what you mean. Roberto Mono, hello to you as well. A320 Geeks, great name. You're on the right channel for that. All right, operational flight plan has been in the chat for those of you watching on YouTube. Welcome to our Twitch viewers as well. Carl B, hello. Right, let's get on board. I need to be parked up and out of here by what time? By around 15:30. Yeah, 15:30 Zulu time. So let's see how we get on. Vino, hello to you. Peter, you've got 4 weeks off. Oh, you're going to be so bored. Do you want to look after some kids? Oh, that looks interesting. What's happened here? Oh, the batteries are on, but external power's not connected. That's what's happened there. All right, well, let's go to our ground services page then, shall we? Meant to push back in 26 minutes. I don't see that happening. That's better. Sarkotech, am I going to be using the co-pilot add-on? No, not for this flight, Sarkotech. I think the issue I have, and it all depends how you like to fly. If you want that assistance, I really liked it. But if you don't want that assistance, if you kind of want to know what you're doing until a little bit of help, perhaps, whilst you get familiar with the things, then I think it's yeah, I like to operate kind of independently. So yeah. Right, we've got the GPU back up and running. Aircraft is in the turnaround phase. We'll shout at the ground crew later for silencing my aircraft. Everything on here looks fine. There's my 3 clicks as everything's just come back in. But as we're in the turnaround, I'm not going to go through the full fire test and all that palaver, but we'll get the APU on as well, so we can start boarding some passengers. 1, 2, 3. Peter says, good thing I've got your streams to entertain us. Well, Peter, we'll try and get some more. We have had quite a bit of time off recently. So let's just have a look on here, because yeah, 26 minutes. Let me just grab a meta, then I'll just check everything is set up as should be. It should be, of course, in a turnaround state. QNH is 1013. I think it's the same as well in Ibiza, so it's just standard pressure everywhere. Yeah, that's all good. Cab okay, and light winds 310. So light winds coming from the left as we depart. There's our flight routine, 581 miles. Let's go to our mass and balance page. Now, for those of you who have checked out the operational flight plan, we're going to go with 7 tons of fuel. The weather is beautiful, so no reason why we can't get in. So yeah, 7 tons of fuel, which is yeah, so it's obviously about a little over half ton extra. 121 passengers. We'll start getting our aircraft loaded shortly. Is that APU up and running? Yes, it is. That was quick. APU bleed on. We'll leave that a minute, and then we'll start getting the passengers on. So just coming down here, check everything. 122.2 will be needed. We'll come on to that a little bit later on. Off. Center thrust levers. Everything is all fine. Yeah, 1013, of course, standard pressure. Get the constraints on. Initial climb is going to be 7,000 today. And yeah, everything's good. What's on the system page? What's part 1 and 2? That's fine. All right, let's start getting the passengers on then. Self-loading cargo, as always, will be providing our cabin ambience. Peter Scarab, oh mate, celebrating 7 months of membership today. How time flies. Thanks for so many hours of entertainment. Looking forward to many more. Peter, thank you so much for your support during the last 7 months. Very generous of you for all of your support of this channel. So thank you so much for that.
Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags are starting to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Right, we'll start setting her up then, shall we? Oh, that might be the first time I've seen the bulk door open. Or maybe it's just me not paying attention, but I can't remember seeing that in the past. So we'll just initialize our box here. There we go, 1 hour 25 minutes. Right, so we are still aligning. Why we've got one on and not the others? What's going off up here? That's interesting. Oh, we lost ground power, didn't we? Right. Let's realign those. Yes. Yeah, that's also why autopilot 1 and 2 weren't working. So 7 minutes and that'll be fine. Check the data page. That's good. Right, onto our init A page. So we can still set this up even while everything's aligning. 30 degrees. That's nice and warm, isn't it? So our flight number today. Get this. This is a really nice call sign. So Alpine 15 Alpha Delta. I might actually be able to remember that without having to look down at the notes scribbled in front of me. Cost index of 4, I think, today. It's quite a low one, yeah. Cost index of 4. We're cruising flight level 370, that's minus 49. Temperature 30. And the tropo is 3664. the winds. Aiden Kirkwood, the flight time's around 1 hour 25 minutes in total, once we've got it all set up. Iris in it. Roll. Let's just check this. Stand 35, Juliet 35. So 45, 42, 9, yeah, and 550 east. Bang on. So departing runway 35 left, nice short taxi, and we're on the Roman 2 November. Insert that. And then at the other end, we're going to be arriving. ILS 6 is planned, and I think it's the X-ray arrival via the via Demev. And that's POS for Victor. Via Demev. There we go. Right, distance. Come on, come on, come on. OFP is 539, and you can't give us the distance because you're not aligned just yet. All right, we'll check that out in a little bit. Is refueling still underway? Yes, good. Radar plate then here in Lyon. What have we got? Lima Sierra Echo. We'll pop that in. Again, I can't hard tune because it doesn't know where we are. So our zero fuel weight. Have we got a load sheet yet? Nope. Alright, we'll have to use the operational flight plans, which is zero fuel weight of 55.4. Alternate is 1.7 tons. Fuel planning. Can't give us that because we haven't got the ideas aligned. I keep forgetting about that. Normally we've always got them aligned when we come in, so having to redo this is causing a couple of issues. It'll be fine in 5 minutes or so. Well, we're taking 7 tons anyway, so that gives us a takeoff weight of 62.2. Right, I can't go ahead and do anything else with regards to the setup until we've at least got the preliminary flight plan. Sally, does the terrain peak data show up for you? You mean this little button just here? Yes, that works. But again, only when you've got it is all aligned. Squawk 76,000. Good morning from Winnipeg. Hello. Aiden, we're at gauge Juliet 35. Right, well, whilst I'm waiting for our load sheet and the idea is to finish aligning, etc., then we might as well just have a little look at our brief. So, weather here in Lyon is gorgeous. We've got blue skies, light wind coming from the left as we depart. Yeah, good runway condition. Weather en route's pretty good as well. Not worried about the arrival either. Aircraft is A320, fully serviceable. with the exception of the weather radar. Good performance as well. I'll get slightly better engine performance out of this aircraft than you would do in real life, as it doesn't burn the correct amount of fuel, so don't need to worry about that. No times for our departures today. Threats to be aware of: we have terrain to the west of the airfield. Well, funnily enough, because of I'm presuming this is for noise abatement reasons, they don't want us overflying the main population. You would presume that it would want you flying out to the left to keep you away from all of this terrain, but actually no, we're going to fly right. But see how it's quite a nice tight right hand turn to get us to Romam at the bottom, and you can see the terrain then just starting here on the it's kind of like the end of the Alps, just there. So yeah, we do have a little bit of terrain there as well. In fact, what I will do is I'll use the fixes page, and we'll pop a 14-mile radius around here, so we can see we're at 3,200 feet, but above 14 miles, that's when it starts to get a little bit more, not dangerous, that's the wrong word, but get a bit more important that we pay attention to it. We've got good visibility today, of course, but if you're doing this at night, then that perhaps might be a bit more important. But we can go ahead and do that. Set 14 miles out from the Lima Sierra Echo, so might as well. There we go. So once that all aligns, we'll see that pick itself up just there. Dark Fury, wow, mate, 18 months Dark Fury, mate, you're a legend for a number of reasons, as we all know. So Mark, thank you so much. We're going to Ibiza. Do we have the Venga Boys in the back? Not on this channel. Right, so let's have a look at how we plan to handle the aircraft's pushback, taxi, etc. and all that stuff. We're stand Juliet 3-5, which is here, the remote stand. So we're just going to push back, facing east on Tango Juliet. Nice short taxi. So Tango Juliet down on Tango, and full length departure from runway 35 left via Alpha 9. There we go, look. And it's just all come to life. So we need to just do those couple of checks. Distance 510. I've got 539 on the operational flight plan, so that's okay. I'm just going to check the IRS. We've got 3 nav green. Check the fuel prediction page. Fuel on board in Ibiza 4 tons. That's fine. And we've now got takeoff weight of 62.2. Yeah, landing weight of 59.4. So continuing the brief, we're taking off below the maximum landing weight, so getting back in here wouldn't be an issue if that was the case. Just turn those on while I remember. There we are. Now, I'm just going to go and shout at the ground crew, because I need that preliminary before I can start doing anything. There we are. Thank you. Okay, preliminary load sheet, let's update this. So, alright, 55.4, that's fine. And the zero fuel weight, it's 30. That was quite lucky. And a takeoff weight, CFG 28.3. Okay, let's accept that. 28.3 is the CFG. Right, let's have a look at performing the takeoff calculations then. So drive config 1, no toga, anti-ice off, packs off. That takeoff weight 62.2. Takeoff weight, I forgot it. What was it? 28.3. There we go. Live weather, and we're taking Alpha 9. So there we go, 132, 135, 135. Thrust reduction acceleration here is 1814. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. So all that is correct. We're doing flaps 1 and 67 the flex. Great, right, let's do the secondary flight plan. So we'll copy the active and have a look at what our engine out procedure will be for Lyon. We'll come to SimSmart for that. There we go. So, Lima Fox Lima Lima 35 left. And now I'm going to just have to fill these out. Doesn't matter what these are. This is obviously a Neo calculator. All I'm bothered about is that information there. Okay, so standard 2,300 feet, right turn to RIP 2 and enter the hold. Okay, so just check the chart, see what we've currently got with that departure. Straight out 4 miles from LSE. That's it, and then we'll just continue this. So pop an E out SID in just there. We'll place that 15 miles out from LSE. Bearing of 354. And then from there it was a right turn, wasn't it, to RIP 2. Holding there with the inbound course of 204 right turns. And then we're going to return back to Lyon. 35 left. No star. Check that out. Yeah, that's it, that's fine. So what you can see here then, the engine out SID is straight out to that engine out SID, right turn to RIP 2, enter the hold, and then come back out down here and vector ourselves in back via Negpu in, and that's our Mr. Approach go around track for landing here in Lyon, runway 35 left. Lovely, that's the box all fully set up. Refueling is completed. Let's have a look how we're doing with boarding. Nearly done. Do you know, I've realised just as we started the stream, I am absolutely famished. I might have to head back to the galley and get a sausage roll in a little bit. Okay, fun note as well, I have reinstalled toolbar pushback just to see how we get on with that. A lot of people are saying it's not causing them any problems, but I know the Fenix devs have absolutely said that it can cause an issue. So we'll see how we get on, but I think toolbar pushback is just such a brilliant way of pushing the aircraft back. You don't have to think about it. Vino, yes, I am using FS Realistic Pro. Yeah. I don't need to make a video about it. You can just there are so many profiles you can go ahead and download. I think mine might even be on there. David, you just had a fun one going from Amsterdam to Glasgow, isn't it? That? Yeah, I think. Passing flight 150, a woman had chest pains and had to divert back to Amsterdam. Hang on. I now no longer know if we're talking real life or not. And if you're talking real life, how on earth do you know that? Can't muck around with chest pains though, can you? That's sort of pretty serious. Mark says that Jayhawk knows about his Greg's sausage roll obsession. We're all obsessed with Greg's sausage rolls. Peter says you used it with the fly-by-wire yesterday, no issues whatsoever. I don't know, Peter, if it's meant to be just be a Fenix thing. I guess we'll find out together, won't we? David, no, you're on about the flight simulator. Ah, okay, so how did you get the chest pains? Who, not you personally, how did you find out what model you're using to find out who's got chest pains and things? Because I know self-learning Coco can do that, yeah. Ah, boarding is completed.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
Can you bring me a sausage roll as well, please? Right, door is locked. King M1156, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Right, a couple of little things to check, and then we'll get going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin, and I would like to welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you can get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjet Sim Pilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we're airborne.
Free drinks as we head to Ibiza. That could end up being quite messy, couldn't it? Okay, ground services. All gone. Danny, can I also ask the cabin crew not to talk with such a monotone voice? I can't, they're just so well trained, it just comes out that way. Right, our pushback time is in 3 minutes. Have I got time to get that sausage roll now, do you think? Probably not. Okay, well let's get our tug into position and start that. I'll tell you what I need to set up anyway. I need to set up the options for this. So, yeah, we can have the audio. We don't want the nose wheel lift, and yeah, that's all good. Let's pre-plan the push, get them into position. I haven't used this for so long. We can all see why it is so good. It's also worth noting as well that once you've got to your final position, kind of like that, just go back a little bit further so that they're pushing you back straight, so your nose wheel is straight. Otherwise, when you first set off taxiing, your nose wheel is going to be pointing in the wrong direction. Company message, our final load sheet. Hopefully, there it is. So takeoff weight is 62.1. What's our CFG 28.5. What did we plan? I honestly can't remember now. Is it still on here? 28.3. Excellent. Everything is valid. Let's get ready to go. Alright, so let's do the before start checklist. Cockpit preparation completed. Signs on and auto. Ideas 3 nav green. I'm going to double check that because they weren't originally, were they? There we go, 3 nav greens. And fuel quantity is 6960 kilograms balanced. FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1013,800 feet. Let's go on to Unicom and we'll get ready to go.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll announce what we're doing on Unicom now that we're tuned. Double check that we haven't got any ATC. No, sadly not. Palmer controls online though, so depends how long they last for. Captain 79, hello. Check BN69. There's a live picture of the plane. Awesome. So Scotty, thank you for the follow as well. Christian, hello my friend.
Push start. Please release parking brake.
Lyon traffic, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, stand Juliet 35, pushing back, facing east on Tango Juliet.
Please release parking brake.
Beacon signs on transponder.
Please release parking brake.
Acupressure's in the green, start the timer. Full start checklist below line, windows and doors, closed and armed, beacon light is on, phone is on silent, parking brake is on. Let's release it.
Parking brakes are released.
Back we go.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1.
Lyon traffic, Alpine 875, taxi via Tango Juliet, Tango, hold short, Alpha 9, 35 left.
Chaka, you actually work at Lyon, so don't make too much. I will do my best, but we've had the APU running for a while now. But airports, because of COVID, are now much noisier than they used to be. Christian doing a bit of HD self-working. Nice. Cardinal the ground crew sound like stormtroopers. Christian, yeah, they often miss the taxiway, so that's plausible.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mona
we
Lima,
now ask
hello.
for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your
Engine
nearest
1
exit may
starting
be
engines.
behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together
Please set your
and
parking
pull the
brake.
strap to adjust. Do not inflate
brake
it
set.
inside the aircraft.
Ground.
When
Startup is
outside,
complete. You may
inflate by
disconnect.
pulling the toggle.
Roger.
If it
Good
fails
engine
to
start.
inflate
Clear
or
to
needs
disconnect.
topping up,
See you at the
blow
side.
into the
Have a
tube.
good flight.
There is a light
Holding
and
position,
whistle for
waiting for the
attracting
visual.
attention.
Thank you and goodbye.
We also carry flotation
Engine
aids for
2
children.
stabilised.
Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Okay, so our engine must select us back to normal. APU come off. And set that trim. After start checklist, anti-ice off. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim is 28.5 and rudder set 0. Do a flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right, full left, neutral.
Lyon traffic, Alpine 875, line up runway 35 left.
There's that nice short taxi that we've got. Lyon traffic, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, taxiing now via Tango Juliet, Tango to runway 35 left via Alpha 9.
Cabin crew, if you could take your seats for takeoff.
Get them sat down nice and early. Okay, quick peds check, no change to the QNH flex departure. Our engine out procedure is standard. 2,300 feet right turn to RIP 2 holding point. Departure is Roman 2 November and our initial stop climb is 7,000, flight level 70. It's quite interesting this, of course, because the actual QNH today is the same as standard pressure, so we will need to pull that, but if we did forget on that initial climb out, it actually wouldn't make too much of a difference. Keep an eye on the airport map so we know where we're going.
Lyon traffic, Alpine 875, departing 35 left on the Roman 2 November departure.
Great scenery. What is that? Is that the? It's not the aircraft they use for fire training, is it? Looks far too good. Before takeoff, checklist to the line. Flight controls checked. Departure briefing is complete. Flap setting config 1 FMA. Takeoff data is 132 blue, 135 magenta, climbing up blue, 7000 blue, 1FD2. I read that in the wrong order. Flex 67. That looks a little weird. What is that? It's a hybrid. Transponder is set, ECA memo, takeoff, no blue, and our EFB is stowed. I do like airports that have got the wigwam lights, and they're always absolutely perfectly bang in sync. Is there anybody else that sees one heck of a hill coming up? I'm pretty certain that is not there in real life. How much engine power am I going to need to get up there? Okay. Approach path looks clear. Brake temperatures are fine. Lyon traffic Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, landing at runway 35 left at Alpha 9. Right, let's see if we can get up this bump, shall we? KB, oh, thank you so much for your €3 super chat. Very, very kind of you. And I hope you're going to enjoy the flight with us this afternoon, if we can make it to the runway. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. Come on. Come on, girl. You can do it. You can do it. Oh! Oh, good lord. Well, that was different. Nothing to see here, passengers. Everything is fine. There are a couple of scenery, as great as this scenery is, there are a couple of blips with it, aren't there, that we've noticed. We've got double runway and taxi lights, and yeah, well, that's not normal. Having to rev the aircraft up to get it onto the runway. Lyon traffic, Alpine 15 Delta Delta, departing runway 35 left. Cabin is secured, engine mode select from normal, TCAS, TRA, packs off, anti-ice off, let's go. Takeoff. 50% M1. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. Man flex, SLS, runway.
Lyon traffic, Alpine 2, 8 November, liner up runway 35 left.
Which centre line should I follow?
100 knots.
Check. V1, rotate. Oh, good lord. There's a bump there. Nav?
Positive right. Gear up.
You gotta love Flight Simulator. Autopilot 1 engaged. And set climb thrust. Thrust climb. Climb. Did the Flight Life Studio give a landing rate for that takeoff? Brilliant. And flap 0. We can ignore the null calibration error.
And Lyon traffic, Alpine 2, 8 November, takeoff on 35 left.
LED teeth, ground spoilers, stay where they are until we've passed the acceleration altitude. Bit of turbulence on the departure at the minute. You guys can see that. Sam Van Brenda, hello. Hey Wayne, welcome on board. Vino, don't worry about that roll zone issue, it will right itself. Okay, no ATC, let's give ourselves a higher clearance, let's go to flight level 200, thrust climb, open climb, 200, blue. It is quite turbulent, isn't it? I could just see Lyon behind us. And there's the departure behind us as well. Just spot that. That looks very blue, doesn't it? It is wavering about. How nice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hot
please
day
keep
like
your
this.
seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign
Giving us
is
some
on.
thermals.
We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
So now past 10,000 feet, let's go ahead and clear a few things out. Flight level 370, that's going to be fine for us today. And we're on our way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Not quite sure how long this turbulence will last. It's just thermals. We should be getting higher and higher away from that. I can't imagine it being like this all the way to Ibiza. If it is past the sit backs. So yeah, flight level 370, that's going to be fine. 36 is the optimum, but we can't do that. We'll find the wrong direction. Okay, thrust climb open climb 370 blue. Technically, we're not flying the wrong direction, we're flying westbound. Well, we're flying southbound at the minute. A few clouds coming up. What's our outside temperature? Oh, that's quite low for this altitude. So go ahead and just pop those on. I think the sun is going to be high enough that we're not going to need any sun visors today. Levy, are there any PC experts in the chat? What CPU would you suggest? Don't ask me. Where's Christian? That's interesting, Waterpool Ducks. You say you can't hear me? I haven't changed any settings, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there. I don't know if that's any better. What's the aircraft sounds like in the in the mix? Not too sure what's happened there. Oh, actually, I bet I do know what's happened. Can I mess around with this whilst we're flying and streaming? I wonder. I wonder if whilst I was having a look at the add-on yesterday, whether the microphone yeah, I wonder if the microphone got lowered. In the mix. Just trying to find it all now. So if we have a quick look out here to the east, you can see there's the Alps that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Vino, don't worry, that wasn't a Windows error sound. That was me trying to tweak some volume settings. I can't find where on earth in Windows is the menu to turn the microphone up. I actually can't find it. It's embedded somewhere in God knows which setting. Nope. Can't find it anywhere. If you go to the control panel, I can't actually see a sound page. Hang on a minute. No, let's just type sound in and see what happens. Sound settings. Ah, now, tell me if this is getting any better. How's that? If that has worked, that may have just gone very loud. Is that any better? I want to make sure I'm not distorting now. Is that better, guys? I'm really sorry if the you should have told me before when we first started that wasn't working. Hopefully we're back to normal now. I think the mod I was using yesterday to sort out the first officer video, I think it altered some of the sounds for some of the levels to get a good level for the speech recognition. Hopefully we are now back to somewhat back to normal. Danny, you didn't notice a single thing with regards to sound at the start. Everyone's different, aren't they, on how they've got things set up. Right, we're above that cloud there. Let's get rid of those. Ignore that fault that says the left side stick is in up. That will disappear soon, I'm sure. Hey, Nick. Good afternoon to you. Oh, Danny, yeah, if you're watching on a laptop, it probably made no difference whatsoever. Oh, Mark, that actually sounds like... Where are you going to, Mark? I feel like we should fly you on vacation and then you can vacation. I'm not American. We can fly you on holiday and then we'll come back and pick you up in a couple of weeks. Drinny's just landed in Berlin. Hope it was a good landing for you. Danny says you're planning on flying the well-known CRJ tonight into some Canadian regional airports. Wasn't planning on visiting someone's back garden, though you can't. All right, Danny. Maybe one day that'll get. Maybe one day I'll get the CRJ out again just for fun. Mark, you in Manchester to Mallorca. That is a great flight. What's that about? Just shy of 3 hours. Oh, Danny, you've just landed in Berlin in real life, not in Microsoft Flight Sim. Oh, fair enough. Nick, you had fun up at Manchester on Monday. Did you enjoy it? The airport pub is fantastic, isn't it? Great place for spotting. There was an aircraft down here a minute ago. I just wondered if we were able to see it. And Nick, yes, I've seen your proof that this jet blast is far too much. You don't get to see it. The jet blast, the heat exhaust is much, much further back. So it'd be nice if that could be tweaked. I wonder if there's a way of doing that. I might suggest it to the devs. Just because I like seeing the quality of the textures down below. Oh, Peter, you don't want to listen to me in surround sound. That would be, that perhaps would be too much. So now we've sorted out the issue with the microphone. I'm hoping that the engine sound and just the chilled out French music in the background is all a good mix. Waterpool, you can fly fighter jets, yes, in Microsoft Flight Sim. Told you we were going to have great views today. There is absolutely no clouds anywhere en route as far as I'm aware. Austin, you're off to Almere this Tuesday out of Manchester. Now Almere, I remember Almere. That was our line check ride flight with HD last year, wasn't it? Going to Almere. Not a straightforward place to get into either. Thanks, HD. Cutie PG, hello. Peter, you've got us on the big 4K projector in the home theatre room. Well, as we're not streaming in 4K, how does it look, texture-wise? We're only in HD, 1080. Keeps the GPU cool, and as a result, my office. Waterpool, do I know how to fly them? Not a clue. No idea. Why what, Vino? Waterpool, you want to see blimps for some reason in Microsoft Flight? Well, I think someone made a hot air balloon, didn't they, at one point? Vino, is it still hot in the UK? No, it's not. That heat wave, that 2-day heat wave has gone now. It was about 16 degrees outside this morning. Danny had a small crosswind from your left around 8 to 10 knots, but Microsoft Flight Sim modeled it more like a 30 knot crosswind. You really dislike that. Not much you dislike, but that's one major thing you get annoyed by. Peter says it upscales very well, but it should do at the price you paid for it. Yeah, well, you know, when you're in charge of all the air traffic in and out of Copenhagen, it's worth the reward, I'm sure. Yeah, the hot air balloon. I'm almost certain that there was a hot air balloon available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. You have to go and check it out on flightsim.to. Vino, what are sharklets? That's Airbus's variant of winglets. You know the wings that the bits that stick up at the end of the wing. I mean, there's all different variances of what we got. We've got sharklets, winglets. There's another one as well that I'm forgetting. They basically improve efficiency and fuel consumption. Now, if you know why they improve efficiency and fuel consumption, that's a little bit more difficult for me to explain. But the idea is it prevents the mini tornadoes that come off the tops of the wing filtering down over to the bottom of the wing and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not an aerodynamics engineer, but that's the very simple version of it. Oh, there you go. Nick's just posted a link to the hot air balloon. Aidan, you're right behind us. All you can see is contrails. Are we having a contrail? Me and my son, we have. If we're both out walking the first officer, some days there are those days, aren't there, where the pressure's really high, and or the atmospheric conditions are just right. That even at 36,000 feet, you don't leave any contrail. So we call those no contrail days, which makes it really difficult to spot. Why did Airbus make a different one, Vino? Basically because if they'd have made them exactly the same as Boeing, I'm pretty certain they would have sued them. They do the same job. Right, about 500 feet, and then we're at our cruising altitude for the day. What we'll do is there a video on how to import files into Microsoft Flight Simulator? What, you mean from FSX? I wouldn't know how to do that. Aidan, have you seen the progress on the new runway at Dublin? No, we don't go to Dublin. Enemy territory in Dublin. Mac Alt Star. And Alt Cruise. Oh, contact me. Is that Palmer? That's early, if it is. Oh no, Eurocontrol North's come online. Oh, excellent. We're about to get some ATC all the way down if they remain online. This will be excellent. Right, so what have we got? 13512. I haven't seen any of the Eurocontrols online for so long. 135-125. Might get a direct as well.
Eurocontrol, bonjour, France.
Austin on the app to Almira, it's like all greenhouses. Yes, yes it is.
France 43 Yankee Delta Eurocontrol, bonjour, identified. Can you confirm the waypoint, please?
Direct to Magop, Mike Alpha, Golf, Oscar Papa.
And Eurocontrol, good afternoon, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, flight level 370, inbound Divco.
Alpine 15 Alpha Delta Eurocontrol, bonjour, recycle squawk 0611.
0611 squawk for Alpine 15 Alpha Delta.
Tower 027, flight level 240. Tower 027 Eurocontrol, bonjour, climb flight level 280. Flight level 280, Tower 027.
Right, we'll do a fuel check in a minute. Just cycle through the pages, make sure everything's normal.
Eurocontrol, good afternoon, Alpine 875, flight level 350, inbound Divco. Alpine 875, Euro Control, bonjour, recycle squawk 0613.
0613, Alpine 875.
And at Divco we'll do a fuel check as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruising altitude for today and we're not anticipating...
Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, identified, proceed back to VATSIM.
level 340.
The cabin crew
Blocked.
will now start to make their way up.
Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, identified, proceed back to VATSIM.
And I invite you to
Direct
sit
to
back,
Vexes
relax,
for Alpine 15 Alpha Delta.
A reminder that our Easyjet SIM pilot members
Control 20 Hotel Alpha level 340.
Just double check that was VATSIM that he wanted to go to.
Alpine 28 November, Air Control, bonjour, squawk 0612.
Just wait for this read back.
Squawk 0612 for Alpine 28 November.
And Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, just confirm direct to Victor Alpha Tango India Romeo.
Correct.
Roger, direct now, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta. Oh, I should have used the beam points, that's just screwed up my fuel check.
Control West from the 20 Hotel Alpha level 340.
From the 20 Hotel Alpha, Air Control, bonjour, identified, confirmed, final requested level.
Level 340.
Roger.
Hero Control West, hello, Edelweiss 7 Papa Yankee, flight level 370 and CPDLC in a moment.
By 7 Papa Yankee, Air Control, bonjour, squawk 0614.
0614, Edelweiss 7 Papa Yankee.
Yeah, Dark Fury. If you did a Yorkshire Airlines livery, we'll fly on a special stream.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be...
Air Control, good afternoon, Alpine 53 Zulu Golf, flight level 370, inbound, Alpha Golf November.
Alpine 53 Golf, Air Control, bonjour, identified.
Right, that's it. Over the med. Austin, no time for the flight back, I'm afraid, today. Vino, no chance. Oh, did anybody else just hear the toilet flush?
Runway 335, when ready, descend flight level 230.
Runner 335, when ready, descent for level 230.
Vino, I'm pretty certain people won't forget the Phoenix.
Can you confirm direct
after the next 737.
From the 20 Hotel Alpha, for some reason we cannot accept the CPDLC prompt.
Yep, that's correct.
Thank you.
Two.
1 minute, oh come on.
It's about 2 Papa Golf, Air Control, bonjour, identified, proceed back to Ibiza.
David, the reason you're getting decelerate before the top of the descent is so that you can... normally you'll see that if you've missed the top of descent, it'll tell you, you need to slow down, you've missed the descent, which is kind of an oxymoron warning. You actually can, you want to, once you start going down, you want to speed up to get back on profile. Right, while we're late, guys, what code shall we use? Startup delay, yeah. OTH, I think. There's nothing on there blaming passengers, is there? There we go. Kiri, was that the saline fields of Saint-Marie-de-la-Mer?
77 call 0 control, bonjour, scope
Very good.
0617.
I would not have known that.
Squawk 0617, Beluga 7 Golf.
Now, well, we've just got the Mediterranean, haven't we? Should be on the ground in around an hour's time.
Control, Mike Foxtrot 0 control, bonjour, scope 0616.
So I am hoping that the I'm hoping that the VATSIM ATC level is okay for you guys as well. Vino, I will absolutely test out the A380, indeed.
Alpine 875, no flight ATC available, my Titanic, over.
Over to Unicorn, my service, Alpine 875.
That's Dark Fury.
743 Yankee Delta, living motor space, my Titanic, 122.8. Over.
If he signs us off, I'm going to get the sausage roll. Conrad Ryan, thank you so much for your €2 donation. Hope you're having a good day, Conrad. It's nice to be back in the air for a little bit this week, following the heat last week, where it was just it would have been unbearable to try and stream in that heat.
Italy 027, proceed direct to Irma.
David, no, the aircraft won't slow down using managed speed because it depends on what mode you've got. If you're in managed descent, then the aircraft will do what it needs to do to get you down at the restraints to meet the constraints and keep your profile all the way down to ILS intercept. If you have any speed constraints there, then yes, it will adhere to those, but otherwise no, its main job is keeping you on profile.
Taxi 05, Mike Tango Euro Control, bonjour, identified, climb to flight level 310.
Peter, he's not signed us off yet, has he? Unless I've missed it. He hasn't signed us off, has he? Hopefully I didn't miss the Alpine 15 Alpha Delta call. If I did, let me know. But if there is a gap between Eurocontrol and Palmer, then yeah, that's my run to the galley.
Double 648 Lima Eurocontrol, bonjour, identified.
Okay, so if something goes bang, then Palmer runway 24 left, I think it is, would be expected.
November Alpha Eurocontrol, bonjour, identified, proceed direct to Ibrap.
Directly Bradford, the 320.
We've obviously got Barcelona as well and Genoa much closer, but
Control,
once we're out over the over here en route, you can see we actually fly straight over Mallorca today.
Score 0615, Watermark 811 Delta.
David, no problem. Oh, Peter, that's good to know. Dark Fury's got no cabin crew on his flight.
Control, bonjour, identified, proceed direct to Ronax.
You can see how calm things are down there. No white caps of the waves.
Ryanair 3024 going to Palma de Mallorca, flight level 290.
Ryanair 3024, Aerocontrol, bonjour, identified, confirm your final requested level.
Can you please repeat?
Ryanair 3024, what is your final requested level?
My final request level is 290, Ryanair 3024.
Ryanair 3024, Roger, proceed direct to VATSIM.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it, Danny? The 737-600. It's going to be the people that like to fly for the airline that flies that variant, I think.
Bonjour, set course 1000, stop climb flight level 330.
Setting 1000 stroke and stop climb and
Alpine 530 Golf North Fenix is available, my Titanic cabin 1228, over.
Come on to 2.8, Alpine 530 Golf 5.
Right, can we do a fuel check? What should we have at Vatir? Nope, that's the wrong app.
Alpine 71 Romeo, proceed direct to Echo Papa Lima.
What did we take extra?
Alpine 71 Romeo Echo, direct Echo Papa Lima.
4, 5, 6. 600 kilograms extra, so at Vatir we should have... Is that where we've gone direct to? Wow, that's a time saver. 36 minutes. 36 minutes, we should have around 4.6 tons. We have 4.9. Peter, he did say over, yes. CB radio. Flights in Mike, good morning from Sacramento, California.
Request 5 minutes off cockpit.
Approved, report back.
Roger, 7 Papa Yankee.
Migs, good morning from Canada. Yeah, everything has been absolutely fine so far. From the west coast of Canada, wonderful. What time is it over there?
Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, no flight is available. Good afternoon, over.
Thanks very much for the service. Over to Unicom Alpine 15 Alpha Delta.
Z32 November Alpha Delta.
Right, fuel checks complete. We've got some en route weathers. We've just been handed off ATC. I'm going to go and grab some food because I'm starving. However, we're now out of France, aren't we? So I think we should perhaps have a little more of a Spanish feel to it now. I will be back in about 2 or 3 minutes, hopefully before we end up on Palmer Control. Thanks for flying along, guys. If you haven't done so yet, please do hit that like button. Help other people to find the stream as well. I shall be back in a couple of minutes. Hey guys, back. I have just been sat munching through a beautiful sausage roll and just watching the comments. Why not? Peter, you say you have a macro that rotates the views every so often. That's interesting. I've said this is something that Microsoft Flight Simulator needs. It needs the like a was it chase plane that was in Microsoft Flight Sim? Yeah, I think something just to give good external views and shots and things. Something that would be really, really good. Dark Fury says that sounded like Skegness arcade music. Mate, when was the last time you went to Skegness? I don't think I've ever heard that in an arcade. Or should we have a look at a brief? Let's start setting stuff up. So from Valencia we have Mallorca, Nelux, and then 920, 800 Coxes, 925, 926, 927, 930, and then Demev. Demev, let's have a look. What do we want? Above 3,000 feet at Demev. Osnook 3,000 feet. Let's just edit that. How far away is Demev? 10, 15, 20, okay. So, speed 210 knots, Tivon, that's fine. And Osnook. Let's go ahead and just code that 180. And hard code 3000. If ATC are online, we're getting vectored in anyway, so that's all well and good. That's fine. Do we have any navies in Ibiza? IBA? $170 miles away. I'll get the weather in a moment. Put that in. Thrust reduction, acceleration values and engine procedure looks okay for our go around if we need one. Fuel predictor 3.7 tons. That's plenty to have another go. And secondary flight plan, let's just copy that. Lovely. John Fezzer, hi mate, how you doing? Dark Fury says Palmer radar is closing. Oh, that's sad. Couldn't hang on until we'd arrived then, sadly. Right, well, that is the box all set up then. We've got our top descent in about 15 minutes or so. Right, well, let's do a landing calculation, check that we're good. So what should our landing weight be? That would be... what's the zero fuel? 554. Let's call it 59.5 to be conservative. 59.5. Nice and light, isn't it? This is a bit bumpy. Are we still using runway 06? Runway, to be honest, the opposite runway would be much better for me. Get us in quicker. Yeah, they are still using that runway. British Airways has just taken off to Heathrow. Right, well, yeah. Auto brake low, full flaps, manual landing. Fine. Low it is. Oh, Peter, I'd definitely like to check that out if that's all right with you. Sounds good. Alright, the box is all set up. Let's look at the brief. So, as we can see, the weather in Ibiza is very nice. Light crosswind from the right as we're coming in. Broke clouds 2,800 feet, 30 degrees. QRH is 1012. So, it should have good runway conditions. Aircraft has behaved itself on the flight today, so it's still the same as it was when we departed. No NOTAMs to be aware of. And let's have a look at the main threats for the arrival. So we know we've got terrain to the north and northwest of our airport today. Should be a nice view actually, particularly if you start on the left hand side. I'll see if I can remember to set the replay up and we can check that out as we come in. So we're expecting runway 06. It's going to be the Polanza for Victor arrival, and yeah, we've got all that set up in the box anyway. So we're going to fly the full procedure. We'll adhere to all constraints, speed constraints, and everything are already in the box. I plan to fly it with green dot speed targeted at, depending on what green dot speed is, but we've got max speed anyway of 220, but yeah, it'll be green dot speed somewhere around here, somewhere sensible. And flaps 1 then as we're approaching Debev, slowing down 180 knots, flaps 2 as we intercept the glide slope. It's a normal ILS approach, 3 degrees, platform altitude is 2,000 feet. Using auto brake low, once we've landed we are vacating on either Fox or Fox 2, Golf if things go really wrong. And we'll be vacating left. We'll then make a left turn back to the terminal. It's a very short taxi, so single engine taxi is probably not going to be an option for us today. On the go-round, it's a nice straightforward go-round as well. If we had to do it straight out, climbing 2,500 feet, and then we'll just bring ourselves in for another approach. We'll be making a right-hand traffic pattern for that approach. No left turns. There is obviously terrain to the north. Cool. Arrival briefing done. And we have Mallorca in sight. But we're not landing there, we're landing in Ibiza. Peter, yeah, drop us a message on Discord and we'll see if we can give it a whirl. You're going to find out how completely inept I am with PCs. Migs, the Fenix is not fuel hungry enough. It doesn't burn quite enough fuel, and that's a problem with Zobo coding and Microsoft Flight Simulator, but the Fenix team are working on a way to get around that at the moment. It's why we always end up with a tad too much fuel, but that's okay. Better that way than the other way, right? Jayhawk, all those bound for Mallorca, grab the parachutes. We'll be dropping you out shortly. So the box says we'll be on the ground in around half an hour's time. Peter says it's rather simple and straightforward. We shall see. Vino, I set a fixed ring by...
I found myself easy 32 near about lead advised definitely 200 Lloyd after arrival.
That's okay, he's going to Mallorca, he's not our problem. So you go to the flight plan page, then press the left line side key 1, then to the fix info, and then you can type in any fix you wish, and then pop in a radius, pop in a radial, anything like that. Right, go on, let me get the latest weather data, then we'll get that in imported. So, 160 at 6. QNH is 1012. Temperature was it 29? 30. And 659. The minimums. That gives us a VAP of 133. Didn't know if we could just start to see hints of Mallorca just yet from the cabin. Not quite. We peer over the glare shield there, we can see it. That's quite a nice view. Matt, I've heard that JetBlue is officially buying Spirit Airlines for £3.8 billion, making it the 5th largest US airline. Matt, I'd not heard that, to be honest with you. I haven't heard any news for so long. We can see Palmer Airport just down there now, can't we? It's quite a fun airport to fly into, particularly coming from this direction, landing runway 24 left, because you've got the terrain down here that you've got that keeps you quite high, and it's around here that you then have a steep descent. So if you've not configured yourself properly, you can end up being quite high. Peter, all the news that you have Russian jets on the radar more often than you'd like. Yeah, I think anywhere where Russian jets are probably... even one is more often than you'd like, presumably.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Now we're starting to see Mallorca from the cabin. This is where you could have gone. Dark Fury 757 coming to Microsoft Flight Sim. That's old news, we've seen that one. Vino, I couldn't tell you if they fly Helsinki to Hamburg. Not without doing some checking anyway. Doesn't sound like the kind of route that they would do. Pesky headwind slowing us down. Will help us slow down though. So we should be more or less right above Palma Airport in a moment. Five phone calls to the Air Force about non-responding Russian aircraft. Did they scramble up to meet them? Matt, you wish Easyjet would have US-based operations. You'd love to fly in this livery. It's a gorgeous livery. I love it. And there's Mallorca. I was looking to see if we could see any aircraft on there. That is bad if the airports are just keeping two jets in the air at all times. Right, let's get ourselves down to, we'll go flight level 120. Thrust idle descent, flight level 120 blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, we're delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Blue Bitten, yeah, runway 06 for our landing today. Winds are coming in from an easterly direction. Quite variable as well, so it could be interesting on the final approach just to see how the sim deals with that. Just see Ibiza now in the distance. Don't know if we can reduce the glare a little bit. Oh, there it is. The sun reflecting back off the sea makes things difficult to see. Captain Voltage, what version are you using? How do you get more FPS in the Fenix? You can only use one version, and that is the latest version, Captain Voltage. As for getting more FPS, you just need to turn the settings down. Other than buying new hardware, of course. Danny, you've wondered how you pronounce the Ibiza in English. You've wondered it for a while. You don't pronounce the Z like you'd normally say. You can either... do you know what? I don't think anyone really cares. Ibiza. We make the TH sound, the th sound. I think most people would just say Ibiza. But yeah, but I don't really think anyone would say Ibiza. At least I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. That's for sure. We'll leave it in managed descent mode for a while, and then as we get a bit closer, I'll probably come out managed descent and control it via VS or open descent. Once we get to our next waypoint of Nellux, we'll also make a call. Now there's traffic there on our TCAS system. Is that out of Ibiza, or... I'm just wondering. I'm seeing the fact he's descending. He's also very low. About 22,000 feet. If he's coming into Ibiza, then just wondering which route he's taking, or whether it might be a lighter aircraft. Probably not going to be able to see him. Can the FO see him? Possibly not. Oh, he's gone. He may have got too far beneath us to see. Aiden, the blue circle on the nav display is it's just a 30-mile radius ring. I do it out of habit, I think, now. It doesn't actually help us with this flight. Had we been coming straight in onto the opposite runway to runway 24, then if I'd know realistically I'd need to be 10,000 feet or below by the time we got there. But we're going all the way around the circling, so we've still got 98 track miles to run. You can use the fix info page by going to flight plan, line side key left number 1, and then fix info. Just pop in the fix that you want to pop in there, and then put a radius in, or you can put a radial out there. There's a tutorial on the channel for the fix info page. So if you pop onto YouTube, type in Easyjet Sim Pilot fix info. Or fixers page, I can't remember what it is. If anyone's got the link, then if any of the mods have got it, feel free to pop that in there. Dark Fury says he's going to Madrid. Really? He's very low if he's going to Madrid. Oh, if he's going to Madrid, I don't need to keep an eye out for him. I've got rid of the visor. I can't actually see the displays anymore now. Very few clouds around. That's good. Visibility will be fantastic. Remind me to start the replay as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Peter, I've not flown the Mad Dog MD-8. You know, that sounds like the kind of aircraft that would end up in someone's back garden. Right, Danny? Aiden, if you're right over me and you're going into the same airport as me, that's probably not a good thing, is it? I'm gonna have to come straight in because I need to get in, so if need be, if you were in the way, I would just have to come off VATSIM. Bus Driver GP on Twitch says he uses NVIDIA filters to change the lighting. Really helps to brighten the cockpit without affecting the outside view, much easier on the eye. Yeah, I must admit I've not got anything like that set up. Danny says, Gavin, the MD-80 would end worse than the CRJ, to be fair. Absolutely it would. Oh, or maybe not, Danny, because I might not even get that off the ground. It's the wrong... era of airlines for me. Oh, Matt, I got a new one. Yeah, I just got the new one. Bluebit and thoughts on the A319, the baby bus. Well, that'd be the 318, wouldn't it? But out of the whole A320 family, I think most guys prefer flying the 321. It just feels like a good, solid aircraft. Christian was reading, how's the mother situation going? Ibiza traffic, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta over Nelux, flight level 200, descending on the Palenza for Victor, arrival for runway 06. ETA about 15 minutes. Pavel, yeah, the transitions, they definitely do work in the Fenix. See, this is concerning me greatly. That is too close. Not very realistic. Aiden, if you are there on VATSIM, please don't forget to use comms. That's what it's there for. Otherwise, there's no point to VATSIM. Okay, approach checklist. Our arrival brief is confirmed. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 6, 5, 9 set. Engine mode selection is normal, and our EFB is still stowed. Might just be able to catch a glimpse of the airport now. Oh, a little bit further on. There it is. You can just see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on the right hand side of the airport, on the right hand side of the aircraft rather, you will see our arrival destination. Colin Evans, good afternoon. A bit late, but never mind. You're here for the best bit. Blue Bitten, yeah, all aircraft like the 320 have got air conditioning.
IB for traffic, easy 240 whiskey, short final, runway 06.
Aidan, how far what do you want the distance on that? Oh, it's going to have to be, well, 5 miles is the absolute minimum. 3 miles on final. Just get yourself on finals ASAP, Aidan. Once you've gone past, I shall follow.
November 737 Mike, easy 24 Zulu Whiskey, sorry my radio was not working. I'm holding on the runway on the Delta intersection and I give you away.
Copy that, many thanks, easy 24 Zulu Whiskey.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we've just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons,
3000 blue.
please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a
I'm now going thrust on. Open descent. Get it down, then we can slow it down.
Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
IBI identified. Got 2 aircraft on final. Conrad, yeah, ILS.
IB for traffic, easy 24 Zulu Whiskey, runway 06 vacated at Golf.
November 737 Mike, lining up runway 06 via Delta and taking off.
IB for traffic, Alpine 875, service on the guide slope 10 miles.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to land. Give you a bell, Captain.
Mr. Traffic, Eurowing C15 established ILS runway 06.
Could just see a bit of mainland Spain over there. Too many constraints here. Turn that off, then I can see where we are. And speed, VS 1000.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
And we're starting to turn base.
British traffic, Eurowings 315, final runway 06, 8000.
Okay, let's push speed. Start slowing ourselves down. Peter, yeah, if you could jump on, we wouldn't have been flying full procedures, would we? We would have got vectored nicely and sequenced in. But kind of playing follow the leader at the moment. Pavel, the announcement's from self-loading cargo. It is fairly easy to customise the announcements, yeah. In fact, it's incredibly easy flight sim mic. There's a tutorial as well on the channel about doing it if you wish. Lock blue. Lock star. So we've now got about 23 mile final.
With traffic Alpine 30 November ILS from 06, 16 mile length.
Where's my arrow gone? Tell you what, push for we'll keep that on a nice descent path so we're not too high. So on the localizer, we're a bit too far out to pick up the glide slope at the minute, but I think we can shade that off nicely now. Let's keep that CDA going as long as we can. Traffic separation looks okay as long as they can get off. Ibiza traffic Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, established runway 0617 miles, speed 204. Just waiting for that glide slope indication to come in. There, we're nicely below the glide. And alt glide slope. Blue, cat 3, dual autopilot 1 and 2, flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps 1.
There'll be traffic coming to the November on the main thing on the
Just see some traffic in front of us. That's 5 miles. That should be enough. We're still 11 miles out. Glide slope start. Missed approach altitude set. And flaps 2. Speeds checked. Flaps 2. Okay, I'm going to push for speed and start slowing to final approach speed. Eight-mile final. Ibiza traffic, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta. Established runway 06, 8-mile final, reducing to final approach speed. What was our flight time? 1 hour and 35 minutes. Looks like we might get this. Bang on. Six miles. Not a cloud in the sky. I've got the replay set up as well for afterwards. Gear down, spoilers armed, flaps 3, speeds checked, flaps 3. If traffic doesn't vacate and we do need to go around, it is straight out to 2,500 feet on runway heading. So, toga, go around flaps, pitch up, FMAs, positive rate, landing gear up, and thrust reduction is about 1,000 feet. Flaps full, landing checklist, cabin is secured, ultra thrust, speed, go around altitude 2,500, set eco memo, landing no blue.
1,000.
Stable. Ibiza traffic, Alpine 15 Alta Delta, 2.5 mile final, runway 06.
100 above.
Runway vacated, we're good. Autopilot
Minimum.
off, I have control, minimums, continue.
$500.
Stable. Keep that picture now, I think that glide slope can be ignored. Slight wind from the right. Oh, there's traffic on the runway. Go around, toga. Go around flaps. And toga. SRS. Nav. Positive rate, gear up. Thrust climb. Flaps 1. Autopilot engaged. We've also got traffic. Was that a departure or was that someone on the runway? Either way, it wasn't safe. We will fly straight out. Flaps 0. That's fine, we'll leave that in managed speed. Ibiza traffic, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, going around at Ibiza, making right hand traffic for runway 06. If that was a departure, that was quite naughty. I didn't hear it. And even if I did hear it, he should have heard me. Right, that approach phase is activated. Let's try again. Okay, so we'll just make right-hand traffic and we'll come in and intercept at Osnook. So, there's our approach briefing. Seatbelt signs are still on. Minimum is still set, engine mode selection is normal, EFB is still stowed. Thrust climb, open climb, and 3000 blue. We'll have another go. Speed Alt Star. And a message from a company traffic saying that he was parked up at Ibiza. He made no comms, just turned onto the runway. Guys, I can't emphasise this enough. If you're going to be on VATSIM, please, one, respect other guys on there, and two, if it's an uncontrolled airport, you really do need to use communications so people know what's happening. No point being on VATSIM otherwise. Right. I have to leave here in around 10 minutes. Let's get this aircraft in first time, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight, once again, just to let you know that we have designed and performed a go-around procedure due to landing conditions at the airport. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. It's a perfectly normal procedure which we practice for and perform to ensure the safety of the aircraft if we feel a landing cannot be performed safely. We'll be setting up for another landing attempt shortly, and this time the conditions will be fine on apologise for the slight inconvenience and delay it may cause you, and if you please keep your seatbelts fastened, landing will get you down as quickly as possible. Thank you once again for your understanding.
Okay, so as soon as I start to see that glide slope coming up, we'll make the base turn. Shouldn't be long. Well, it adds to the excitement, doesn't it? It's not every stream we have a go around. Here he comes. Let's make that turn. We'll just vector ourselves in now. Right, let's start configuring. So flaps 1, speeds checked. Flaps 1. Glide slope, lock, blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. So platform altitude is 2,000 feet. I'm happy to go down to 2,000 feet as well, just to keep us on that glide path. And just set a VS rate. Something sensible, keep us down there. Lock, start. Oh, there we go. That'll capture the glide slope nicely now. There we go. Glide slope start, lock, start. 10 miles out. Right, let's try again. Ibiza traffic, Alpine 15 Alpha Delta, runway 06, 8 mile final. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2. Peter, good thing you're on holiday. It calls for a beer. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3, speeds checked. Flaps 3. No departure showing this time, Nick. Fantastic. Vino, it was definitely not AI traffic. None of that is on in my sim. It was definitely VATSIM traffic. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Auto thrust. Speed. Go around altitude 2500 set. Ecam memo. Landing no blue. We certainly won't be showing all of the replay of the landing. It started about 20 minutes ago.
1000.
Autopilot's off. I have control.
Above.
Wind again. Perfect crosswind almost coming from the right. It's not too much. It's only about 8 knots.
500.
Stable.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Spoilers deployed. Reverse green. And decel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Let's get her back on the main taxiway now, shall we? Wasn't the nicest landing, that one either, was it? Which is a shame, but never mind. Get it down in anger. It's great scenery as well here, so nice to have a couple of good airport sceneries to fly to and from for our real ops flight this afternoon. If you are on your way out, then please don't forget to hit that like button. Nice to see a couple of company traffic, and then what is that? Is that Air Berlin just there? Peter could be worse. Had a 747 bounce twice some weeks ago. Wow. Is it the MD-11 that if it bounces once, it has to go around? I forget which one it was, but something like that. Stand 32 it is. We'll finally get you on holiday. Hello. The new levitating A320. Right. Parking brakes. Set. Get that APU bleed on, then we can start shut things down. In fact, I'm going to leave you with the replay. So, not all of it, of course, but I do need to get out of here. So, thank you so much for joining me on this afternoon flight. It's been great fun. Exciting ending, of course. To those of you who have donated and contributed to the stream's upkeep during our flight this afternoon, thank you for that. And, of course, to the Easyjet Simpilot channel members, as always, a huge thanks to you guys for your continued support. I look forward to chatting with you guys on Discord as per usual, and yeah, until next time, please make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so you don't miss any future live streams. Let me set up this replay, and yeah, hopefully let me just come off VATSIM before we do that. Otherwise it's not going to end well for me, let alone anybody else. Right, there we go. Hang on. I want to set up the final replay and the final landing, not the whole. What's this? Hang on, just ignore this. Background, super fast. I'm surprised flight sim doesn't crash here as we do this. There we go. Thanks so much, everyone. I will see you all on the next flight. Have a great Wednesday, guys. Bye bye.